everyone, it's Natalia from NATALKA Design. I thought I have a mic, but I don't. There's something about charging your batteries before you actually use the mic or film yourself. Didn't quite get that. How are you all? I hope you're well. Today I would love to discuss something that I feel very passionate about. Running. Yeah, running. Something that I used to hate and now I really like. Before we get into it, I always forget because I'm not professional. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, your dad, anyone that would like this energy for the next 10 minutes. Like the video so that we know that you like it and you want more of that. Comment below, just let's have a chat. Let's have a good old chat. And hit that bell button. That's the word. You say hit that bell button so that you know that the video is coming. You know, that one of those things. That's as far as I understand YouTube. Cool. So the video today is called Why I Started Running and I Still Do. You're looking at someone that never believed they can run. I was one of those people that I would literally self-talk to myself that I can't run, it's not for me. I'm like Phoebe from Friends.
Let's start running, let's go!
I just can't do it, it's tiring. I was thinking of myself I can literally do 1 minute and then I'm just tired and everything. Yet now you're looking after over a year of doing it. Is it over a year? Yes, over a year since I started running. And I still do it. I still love it. I learned a lot about myself, my stamina, my health, my body, my limitations, and how strong I am. So I just want to kind of give you a bit of a spiel on, it's not necessarily about so much running, and I'm not here trying to make you go and run and everything if it's not your thing. It's more like whatever you are doing in life and you're continuing and you're seeing some sort of inspo you feel like sharing. So this is me just having a chat with you guys, grab yourself a coffee, a tea, and I'm just gonna share. Obviously we all know what happened to the world, pandemic, crazy situation that affected millions of people. I hope you're okay, I hope you're healthy and safe, that's number one. But during that time, I was going to F45 HIIT classes. If any of you are going and know about it, I was doing it for over a year. I loved it. It was intense, but when pandemic hit, there was no F45s, no gyms, nothing, as you all know. And I was like, well, I still want to exercise because if I want to eat pain au chocolat and chocolates and things like that sometimes, I should move. And not even that, just for my sanity. I love going outside. I love being active. Always been. Doesn't even matter in terms of anything else. I just always love being active. So I started running and I was terrified. I thought I can't do it. I started with 10 minutes, super slow, almost walking, then more. And here I am after over a year of doing 5K easily. Well, depending on the day. And not to brag or anything, but I feel quite confident in my skills, in my learning, and I just want to give you kind of a spiel on maybe just inspire you to try something and stick to it. Let's see. Number one, why I started running and I still do. Mood boost. Guys, the amount of mood boost that you get from running, anytime you hear from some people are like, I run, I love it because it's a thing for me. I always thought oh, gosh, all these people are over exaggerating this thing. But actually, when I go first thing in the morning, I get up and I go to the park and I run. It's afterwards, even if it's a very difficult one, because every day is different, sometimes easy, sometimes it's not. After the run, the mood is just so much better. I'm feeling so alive, my chest is open, I feel tired, I feel sweaty, I feel energized, my cheeks are red. I live in London, UK, so often it's gonna rain, it's miserable, it's cloudy. Maybe where you live, in Miami or something like that, you can go every day and just enjoy the sun and palm trees, the dream. But we have, well, 4 seasons and a lot of rain, and I'm used to it, and actually I enjoy it, I don't mind it at all. But you do need to kind of be you have to have that inner muster strength to go into the rain and darkness and cold and like still run. So I'm quite impressed I do that. But the mood boost is like anything else. Even if you do a few minutes jog, walk, whatever, it's just crazy how it boosts your energy. I feel so much more productive. I don't know why that is the case. There's something, I think, again, in probably moving your body, literally moving it, doing something with it, especially if afterwards, like myself, you're stuck a lot in front of computer and that's how you work, or, you know, just in general, like we all sit a lot if we you know, don't do specific work that doesn't require sitting, or we're not parents. I would think we sit a lot, right? So basically I just feel so much more productive. I feel focused. I come back, I do my shower, I make myself an amazing coffee, and I'm like unstoppable. And it's like, and it continues throughout the day. Like my energy is higher. I don't want to, you know, nap or anything. Not that I ever was a napper, but I don't feel like this kind of slip in my energy, if you know what I mean, around 3 or something. Like I used to have that quite a bit, where I was like, oh, you know, but now it's like I just love it. And sometimes I will say to you, even after over a year, it's still hard to go and sometimes and be like, oh, I'm gonna run, because sometimes I feel like I'll never like make it. I don't know if you guys can share that with me, if you run, if you tried, but sometimes I feel like I'll never make it, and then I make it and it's fine, like it's not a big deal. But yeah, the productivity levels are up there. So I highly suggest for that if you want to kind of boost that. I do it always in the morning. Like I know we're all different people. If you prefer to do it in the evening, that's great. Or in the middle of the day to actually break up the day and refresh yourself, brilliant. But one thing that really works for me, and I've never been a morning person, guys, but since I started running in the morning and exercising in general in the morning, it's just so nice to know like it's done, and like I have the entire day for myself, whatever I want to do, whether I want to be very active or not, work, do something else. My evenings are chilled. I just know I can relax because I've done it. It's out of my way. You know, I get up in the morning and I'm just like half asleep, and I just go, and I wake up as I actually run, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I've finished. So I don't know, there's something about, try in the morning if you can. If it's not your thing, totally fine. But there's something about doing an exercise in the morning that then your day is just like, nailed it. Something super important to me, running is a moment in my day that is time for myself, purely time for myself. Whatever happens, even if I run with someone, it's still like time for myself because I'm doing something nice, even if it's with other person, which it's mixed. Sometimes I run with my boyfriend, sometimes I run on my own, but it's always this amazing time for myself. And why I say that, like sometimes I run without anything, like no AirPods, no like music or no podcast, and sometimes, like most of the time, it's actually amazing for me because it's the only time in the day where I can focus and listen to either an audiobook or a podcast. And you know, I'll listen to all sorts of podcasts. I can link them down below for you. Sometimes I feel like business podcasts, like Secret Leaders, for example, or sometimes I feel a bit more like chit-chatty podcasts, like for example, Smartless is really cool. There's loads. My brain is now empty, so I'm gonna share with you some of my favorites, and I just love it. Like it's almost like I'm in the zone. I'm running, it's fresh air, there's like squirrels, there's birds, and there's this like, you know, interesting conversation. I can imagine it, I can imagine what people are talking about, and it's just such a nice time for myself. Like, you know, no one needs anything from me yet, it's early, I'm just in my zone. Love it. It's just such a relaxing thing to do. Super highly suggest for that, and I think that's why I stuck to it and I'm still doing it, because it gives me so much more than just health benefits, and like, which are huge, but like it's just like a moment for myself, and I really cherish it. And again, whatever I'm saying to you about running, translate it to wherever you're connecting with. Yeah, that's just my experience, and I guess that's why I'm still running and doing it and loving it. I mean, no one can tell me that running or moving your body in general, it doesn't give you endorphins, something that we all need, especially if you live in a country where there's a lot of clouds, if it's cold, if you sit a lot again, if you're stuck within four walls and you know, you need some fresh air. So running became this thing where, you know, I used to go to dance classes, loved it. I used to go to 45, loved it. I often do at home YouTube video classes, you know, like everyone else, Pilates or whatever. I'm actually gonna test Peloton. I'm super excited to try that. But there's nothing like going outside. There's just nothing. Fresh air, birdies, nature, green, you know, if there's hopefully any park or nature around you, you're lucky, amazing, awesome. But to be fair with you, if there's nothing like that, urban running is really cool. I actually experienced it a few times. I loved it. I am a bit more still into going to a park or green area, just because of, you know, running on soft land somewhere, you know, on the grass and stuff like that is so much better than for your knees apparently, and for your legs, than running on a concrete. But to be fair with you, you can get outside, there's always something around you. Run wherever it is that you can run. Is it nature? Is it city? Is it a lovely town? Is it a long kind of countryside lane? That's beautiful. Whatever is your option. Is it by the sea? And I'm jealous. There's just nothing like going outside, and I will always forever say that. It gives me fresh air, it puts so much air into my lungs, it refreshes me. Nature, nature, nature. Especially now when we're so much working on computers, nature is the answer. Something that I didn't mention, I'm not that motivated by, how do I say that, like, you know, those apps when like if someone does it, I'm gonna do it, so that it, you know, motivates me. And I know there's a lot of people like that, so like you can see your friends running or something. That's awesome if it works for you. I have an app called Strava on my phone. I'm sure a lot of you do. And you know, my friends follow me there and I follow them, and like they give you kudos if you had a run or something like that. So you just turn it on before you run, and it measures your distance and how fast you do it, and a little voice can tell you every time you've done a kilometer or mile, wherever you're from. And I'm not that motivated by them giving me kudos and stuff like that. I just really like to see the loop, and I like to see the distance, and I like to like measure that. Otherwise, like, I'm pretty okay, but I think these apps are really cool. There's also like Nike app, and I know a lot of people are using Couch to 5K app. You want to check that out. So I know that a lot of people got into running because of these apps. So have a look, check it out if it's something for you. It's not necessarily why I'm still running the app, but it's more like, I like the fact that I can measure it. I see it's always between 30 to 33 minutes, depending how I feel. Sometimes I try to like push myself in certain distances. So it's like a challenge. It gives me like a nice fresh challenge, and it measures me and makes me, I guess it keeps me motivated, right? And one thing I'm gonna mention, because I feel like maybe for some of you it'll be a motivator, and for me, to be fair with you, it was always a motivator, like the gear. I will just say that. This is like a little head scarf thingy. So you put it on your, like this, on your head. It's nothing crazy. And it covers so nicely your ears, and it's like super soft and nice and like cozy. Because I always used to wear like hats, and they would like, well, let's be honest, any ladies, I guess, or men with long hair will understand me. The hair gets sweaty, it's a lot, it's just like, you know? So since I'm using this, it's actually super nice and covers my ears. My hair is okay. Is it really focusing? Thank you. Second thing, it's this little belt. So it's like a waterproof belt kind of thing, and you can put your phone in there. Mine is like old and broken, so like my sad little zip doesn't work anymore. It's lovely, it does the job. I just clip it on me, and I run with it, and it's super cool, and it keeps all my phone in there, my AirPods, my keys. That's all I need. There's nothing else there. Of course, a mask. And yeah, it really helps me. And I have to say it, when I started running, 2 mistakes that I did, and like suggest for anyone that wants to start already runs to be careful. Personally, that's just my experience, but I run too much, that's one thing. And I wasn't using right shoes. So with the I run too much, I ended up having problems with my back, and thank goodness now I'm good. I'm on a good path because I strengthen my core, I mix it up, I run less, and I just take care of my body in a different way. I was kind of in the zone. I was like, yeah, I can run every day. And then, you know, life shows you and your body, not really, you can't. So that's one thing. Of course, everyone's an individual. I'm not a doctor. I'm just speaking from my experience, but definitely running less, but smarter. Keeping me fit, loving it, but I just mix it up. I go for 2 runs, then I walk. Then I go for 2 rounds, then I do Pilates and strengthening and stuff like that. So I just try to mix it up for my body to be able to do it long term, you know? So at the beginning I was very upset. I was like, oh, I want to do it every day. But now I'm like, be smart. If you want to do it long term, be smart. I bought myself proper running shoes, and I'm saying proper, at least for me, I feel like they're great. I bought these Hokas, and I'll link them down below. Ooh, nasty. And they're awesome. They're awesome. They're proper. They're so secure. Again, why am I showing like a dirty shoe? But they're so cool. And my run is so amazing, and I can do anything. And I feel supported. I feel good. Since I bought them, nothing you know, happened to me. Anyways, I've been blabbing so much, guys, but I just wanted to list these few things to tell you why I still run and why I started running. And again, this might be something that just will inspire you or make you start or do something that you already do well, and just kind of remind you why you do what you do. For me, the running is something that boosts my mood massively, makes me productive, makes me energetic, makes me look forward to the day, although days are pretty much similar these days. And you know, I put my little gear on, I put my podcast, and I'm the happiest person in the world. If I see a squirrel on the way, that's amazing. And yeah, so I hope this gave you some sort of inspiration if you want to try to run, even if it's something else. Maybe you want to try and dance, or you want to try and do yoga, or whatever that is, and you're thinking, how do people do it long term? How is that possible? You know, first of all, just be kind to yourself and know that you have days on and days off. But if you see those benefits that, for example, I've seen in running, I feel like there's something there, and for you to explore maybe and get inspired and try. Please comment below, what is your experience? Have you tried running? Do you run? Do you stop? Did you stop running and you're doing something else now? Do you have any tips for us that we can all learn from? I'm always curious and I'm always open. And yeah, I just wanted to give you like a positive kind of, you know, it's possible to do it long term. It's possible when you never done it and you felt like you can never do it. And just enjoy it, just have fun with it. It's time for you, it's time with yourself, and it's, I think, super important these days, especially. So take care of yourselves, guys. Let me know what you think about the video. Hit subscribe if you're new, press that like, click that like, hit that like, I don't know, hit like, hit the bell button. I need to learn that sentence. And hopefully see you soon. That was me, Natalia. Speak soon. Bye.